Welcome to our Junk Journal July Challenge for 2025. This year we are going a little bit more deeper with our Junk Journal July Challenge, with plenty of options for exploring your journaling products, mediums, even just word prompts or styles. So have fun exploring all the different ways that you can approach this challenge and go with what inspires you. So our week 1 challenge is reconnecting with your creative self. Day 1 is watercolour, mirror. How do I see my creative self today? Reflective and free. Day 2 is collage, old book page, a story I'm ready to rewrite, vintage and empowered. Day 3, ink drawing, tree, what grounds and nourishes me, naturalistic and peaceful. Day 4 is acrylics, sunrise, a new beginning I'm embracing, monochrome, hopeful. Day 5 is crayons, cloud, letting go of what no longer serves me, whimsical, curious. And day 6 is mixed media, compass, finding my way back to joy, explorative and centered. Okay, we've also used Sarah Renae Clark's colour cubes for our colour combinations for this challenge. So the colours for this week are pistachio, mulberry, terracotta, burnt sienna, turquoise and teal. So gorgeous colour combination, and I've designed this pack around those colours. So this art image pack is called Reconnecting, and we have 26 pages included in the pack. We have one main image drawn with 4 cut aparts and 3 wallpaper texture papers and 1 lot of words, but they're printed in black and white or colour in A4 or A5. The files are at A4 or A5, so you can pick and choose what's going to suit you. So I'm not sure what I'm going to create with yet today. Let's see. And if you're interested in the Sarah Renae Clark colour cubes, they are a brilliant way of, I think the colours I've got out, picking different colour combinations and putting you outside your comfort zone. Okay, so with that in mind, I've got I'm going to do my challenge into this junk journal that I've made, and it's just a bit of cardboard that that come over a doona cover or a sheet set or something. So I've covered that. I've got a few pages I've done with other little challenges in here. So I'm going to continue. That was our Flourish challenge we had in 23. Okay. So 24 came and went for me. I didn't get a lot of creating done in 24 at all. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to emerge from this journal. These pages I have just stuck together with washi tape. So you can see I've just got a page folded, another page folded, and then just joined with washi tape. And then I will just use string like this one. So I've got a little bit of string holding that through the centre of this book. That will allow me to move them, add more, and make this quite a bit thicker. I think I can afford to go quite thick with this journal. The cardboard, I've actually put some fabric over the back to help reinforce and give it a lot more strength as well. I've already pulled out some supplies that suit this colour range and have done a little bit of a play on what would work, what might or might not work. So now that I've got my supplies handy, I just have to pick a design, and I'm just going to do the first prompt for this video, as I'm only going to have time to do one thing a week for the next 5 weeks. So I'm going to do the first one. I'm pre-recording this video and I'll do a live Q&A at some stage on this. So I'm going to pre-record these videos, and I will come back to these other ones when I have more time. Okay, so I have supplies. So our prompts for today are watercolour, mirror, how do I see my creative self today, reflective and free. Reflective, mirror, how do I see my creative self today, reflective and free, and watercolour. So that makes it easy with what I'm going to do. So I've got some Mungeo, however you like to pronounce that, watercolours. One thing you might like to do with experimenting with your colours is grab like a really cheap sketchbook, and you can do some colour swatching with your colours. So I'm going to do that now, and I will fast forward this so you don't have to sit through it all. So now that I have my colour palette worked out, and you can see all the different shades that you can get by mixing the different colours. And you know that if you mix those colours together on your page, what they can possibly turn into, which is quite a gorgeous range really. So we have our colour palette, put that out of the way. I've written down all the colours so I can find them easy. Okay, so what image am I going to use? Our quote is, watercolour mirror, how do I see my creative self today? Reflective and free. So I know we do have a mirror in here. Tree is speaking to me. Mirrors on there. And I'm going to go with an A5 size. happy with how that is looking. That's just using all the elements and sticking those down. Let's see where I'm going to put these few little ones. And then I've got plenty of room here for journaling, and I'm going to add my watercolour. So that's just cutting up the elements, and I'm just going back to the week 1 prompt is watercolour, mirror, how do I see my creative self today, reflective and free. And as I've been cutting out and pasting down and choosing my colours, I have been really reflective on how I see my creative self today. And I feel like I am letting go of a few big things that have been holding me back. So I'm really feeling that freedom just wanting to emerge now. So now I'm going to look at what colour am I going to use in my watercolour in here, because I don't feel like it needs a real lot. I'm going to stick those down last, so hopefully I don't lose them. Now, why I should have like a little bit of a success with putting my watercolour over this is I have put the clear texture just so over the whole surface. So that's going to give the page a little bit of tooth for the watercolour to grip onto. I am going to get some lines happening around where my paper is torn, but I'm okay with that. So I'm just going to go in and paint my background. And you can see the watercolour can go over this paper beautifully, and it's not covering your design. It's quite transparent. Now I think I'm going to put a little bit of like the rusty colour on the bottom. which was the raw sienna, 847. This is why writing down what the colours were helps me find what colour I used quite easily. So that was you. And blending those colours in with these other ones just blends them into the background. And just blending the edges in, like I never cut out these clearly, but I'm just using a bit of watercolour to blend them back in. Brings that foreground forward a bit. A bit more of the yellow. I just want to dab some of that back a little bit. I'm just going to add a few of the orange splatters coming up. And then a few of the blue ones coming down. Create a little bit more shadow out beside her. then I can bring my crayons in and utilise them to give a little bit more detail, shadow. Give her lips a bit of colour. And her eyes. So I'm going to let that dry and come in and then add my journaling. And hang my girl in the tree. It just needs a little bit of something. Just taking the crayon and just doing some extra scribbles. Let's just give her a little bit of